Go for it, Dave.
It's 4:21 and you're here with the Couch Co-op. It was a hard 4:20 for some of our members, so you've got a free pack tonight. So we're going to start the show with Ian. Then this day in gaming history, beer battle with Nick. I'm going to try some games and tell you whether they suck. Then 3 best relationships in video games. As there's only 3 of us, it'll probably be quick. A little bit of trivia, the segment that time forgot, that we forget, and then some couch co-optionals, and we are out of here. Lovely having you with us.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, and we're T-minus 10 minutes and counting. I'm Ian, and I have Dave, Nick,
Hey up.
and me.
Woo.
Just 3 of us tonight, you know? Just
A free pack. Good
free
job, we're
pack.
extra strong.
Yeah, extra strong.
We're the Imperial Stouts.
Yeah,
of,
we're the triples, the Imperials.
Triple IPA.
the Grandmasters.
How you boys doing tonight?
Good. Enjoying the Stella Artois Liberté.
I got the Corona with a lime.
I've got the Corona Light
Corona Light.
and water.
Delicious. Like, you have 2 bottles of water, Nick. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it fresh. Anyway, I'm Ian, and we're the Couch Co-op, and we are kicking it. You can find our podcast on all the podcasting platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, which I guess is Audible also. I'd say Google Play, but I think Google is getting rid of their podcasting platform. So
I
if
believe
you
so, sometime this spring.
so if you're
What I
listening
always
to
That
us
sounds
on
like Google.
Google, you're gonna have to get rid of it. You're gonna have to find another platform soon. So
Yeah.
I
Bye.
apologize. But you can find us on all the other ones, and you can find us on YouTube.com/MilkmanPictures, where you can find our beautiful faces as a video, and you can find us live every Sunday night at 9 o'clock on Twitch.tv/The Couch Co-op Shows. Talking and chatting like we are right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it out. Jarrod can't make it tonight. He's got kids. He's got ballet. He's got too much shit. And Aaron and John
Jared's
are at
in
war.
ballet?
Aaron and John are at war with each other and don't want to be on the show. So
I think it's more like Aaron's got kids and stuff.
Never
He'll
mind the
have
warring
to
stuff.
go on
I'm still working on the Jared and ballet. I didn't
yeah,
know
no.
you did that.
Jared has both his kids are in ballet, so he had a ballet recital.
Oh, the kids are.
Jared is in ballet, and the kids are watching. Yeah,
That's not.
sounds
wanna watch
wonderful.
too.
I wish that was
Yeah.
being live streamed right now.
We could just stream that. Yeah. No.
we
screw the
could
show.
we could take the feed and I could put it in the viewer, and we could like have it going while we're talking. It'd be great. Jared in a leotard, nothing better than
on
that.
these little tippy toes. going,
Yeah. And you're like, what is that? And it's like, oh, this is the ode to video games. He's like,
Yeah.
doing video game stuff.
It's the Zelda ballet.
Is that
'Cause that would be what it was. wouldn't it?
exactly what it would be. Or it'd just be him walking in like some like fucking walking simulator. What is going on? And it's just Jared walking around
It's
the
just
stage,
Jared, yeah.
just randomly walking.
Maybe picks up something every once in a while.
All right, well, let's get to it. What do we have for this day in gaming? Which one of you guys is taking care of that tonight?
I have a couple of things.
All right,
So
let's
the
do
first one is Duck Hunt was released in Japan 40 years ago in 1984.
40 years ago.
I'm guessing that's for, or at least from what I've got up. It says the NES version, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing for the Famicom.
Yep. So a lot of mine today are Japanese. For some reason, it must just.
It was a big day in Japan.
Yeah.
But that's also crazy because when I first played Duck Hunt, I was like, what, middle school maybe? 85? Maybe
Middle school.
6th grade?
No, I think it was one of the first ones that came across with the NES.
So then that's been around for even longer than the NES. Because, like, if it was 40 years ago, like, I was 5 years old when Duck Hunt dropped.
In Japan.
In Japan. That's what I'm saying. It's like, holy shit, that game's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Like,
yeah. I mean, the NES came out in '86 in the US. So I always have to
and
look
when
these
and when
things
did
up
they start
to the
and
UK?
Nick, you were going to ask a question, no?
Hi, Nick.
Oh yeah, it was like because I don't believe Duck Hunt because originally I think the game just came with Super Mario Brothers and then eventually it became Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, and then at some point it was Super Mario, Duck Hunt, and then that
The
track and field game.
Yeah, the track
with
and field
the,
one. I
Right.
think I have a copy of that.
So they
somewhere,
kept doing pack-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
oh,
a
but
pack
I
in.
just
Let's
I
put
don't
the
know when they
zapper
did
in. Let's put the track and field
Yeah.
pad in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You know.
Yeah, and then 35 years ago, which is not that long after, Super Mario Land came out for the Game Boy on the same
Because-
day that the Game Boy came out in Japan.
Oh my
So I think
god.
that's 35 freaking
Gosh,
years ago.
I remember
What is that?
people having
99?
those in high school.
No, 89.
89. Oh, 89. Holy shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to the secondary school and we had to wear blazers. And I remember one of the guys had a Game Boy and you could just about hide it in the pocket of the blazer and you wouldn't be able to see it. Like a blazer's like a suit jacket, you know. And so I remember I remember getting one a year or two later, and it's like a couple of us would bring them to school, and if you put them in the right pocket, you couldn't tell that anyone had anything. And that the batteries would last for like hours, it seemed like. I remember taking the batteries out of my Game Boy because they were dead, putting them in front of the fireplace to warm them up, and you could get another like 15 minutes of gameplay out of like dead batteries if you were lucky.
Cool.
I did not know that.
Anyway,
But
I never took my Game Boy anywhere, man. I was like, unless it was a trip like with like a family trip, my Game Boy never left the house. I never wanted to take it to school, never wanted my friends to touch it. It was just something I had. And I just if you were to look at my Game Boy right now, it's like pristine. It's like brand fucking new. It looks like I never used it. I don't care. As most of you know, I don't really care for mobile gaming. It's not really my fucking thing. Don't give a shit about it. Fuck the Switch. And so, yeah, occasionally I would take it on like trips, but even then, never would use it. I just not my thing. I have like 20 of them now, though. I have mine and my brother's, and then I got the one I got from Nick, and I have a Game Gear from Aaron.
yeah, I mean, I have a couple of. I have my wife's original Game Boy that I think she got probably in 1990, and it's got all the attachments on it, like the magnifying glass and the speakers that fold out.
Brilliant.
It is quite
The final form.
a thing. The final form, yeah.
Cool. Anything else that happened recently in this gaming period of time?
well, the Silent Hill movie came out, or at least in Canada, it was released on 4/21 in 2006.
Oh my god, I never
There is
saw
a-
that.
There
Never
is
saw
a
it.
game that you might
Sean
enjoy.
Bean didn't die in it. So that
Sean
was-
Bean. Sean Bean's in it.
and he did not die.
Oh wow, that's surprising. All right.
There is
Yeah.
the unfortunately named game that came out in Japan 18 years ago for the PC called Rape Lane,
Oh.
I believe it is.
Jesus.
Oh.
Maybe Rapelay. And this is on the main list as well.
Wait,
This is
rape
not like
play?
yeah. The whole point of the game is to grope innocent young ladies on the subway.
I could not possibly imagine what's wrong with society if this game exists. What could possibly be wrong with
I
society?
think what's more amazing to me is this is on the list. Like I looked up just the game FAQs this day in history list, and it's got like Mega Man 04, Nintendo. Oh, Nintendogs 19 years ago.
Nintendogs.
And then it's got this game, and I was like, "What the hell
What?
is this game?" Because surely it's just some bad Japanese.
What does it play
translation.
on? Is it a PC game?
PC, yeah.
Oh, of course it's a PC game. Fucking PC gamers. They're the worst. Ugh.
Anyway, I just saw that one. And I was like, I don't even know what that game is. And then I was like, oh, it is as bad as the title.
It's a good thing I don't know what this game is, because I'd probably never get hired to work again. Oh man.
And Dark Souls was released for Windows.
Oh, all you souls
And
all you souls people.
And if you were into, well, you're not into mobile gaming, Ian, but Fruit Ninja
Oh, Fruit Ninja.
for the iPhone.
You know what's wild about Fruit Ninja is that there's like an arcade version of Fruit Ninja.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
I think I
wild
saw
thing
it.
about that. Like it's a mobile game that also has an arcade version. And it's like, what is that
Like,
about?
really?
Yeah.
Come full circle.
But yet you do the same fucking thing. All right, let's move on. Dave, Dr.Demo, you have a demo for us this week.
I thought you might be doing the beer battle.
Well,
Or you're not
I
doing a beer
did.
battle.
I should have told you that there wasn't a beer battle because Nick
Yeah.
didn't have
It's-
one, but you went for
it's
it.
just
So
me
I
battling
just
this
let you go
Corona
for it. But no, Nick doesn't. Nick
Nah, no.
doesn't want to drink hardcore tonight. You know, he wants to stay sober in case there's any drama that goes down between Aaron and John.
Anyway,
I'm gonna keep
I
throwing
don't think
that.
anyone's going to be on.
What, I have to be the voice of reason for that too now?
Yes.
I don't even know enough about it.
Maybe I'll just throw my toys out the pram and log off. You know, that's apparently what we do now.
All night long, baby. All night long commentary. All right.
Anyway, so the demo I played this week was Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
It's a single-player, third-person action adventure that demands fast reflexes, dedication, and engagement from the player to unlock the many layers of its combat, story, exploration, and themes. So you can guess how well this one went.
Oh, I bet. This is like Jarrod's Tuesday morning.
Yeah. So I fired up the game, and the first problem I had with it was it had this weird, like, de-res to the graphics that made it look like a PlayStation 1 game in a weird way. It was just something about it that was it was very strange looking. And the one thing that was really cool, when you first started up, it's raining, and so you've got the sound effect on your TV, but it's got like the little raindrops on the controller. And I have to say that was one of the best sound effects I've heard on the PlayStation 5. It was really like, I was like, oh, is it raining outside? No, it's sunny. So skip that. So I wandered around in this game for a while. And when it kind of has these 2D like in-room sequences where you go around and talk to people, and kind of Final Fantasy. It reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation, actually. And then you go out into these 3D areas. The trouble in the 3D areas is the camera controls are all like really bad, and I couldn't figure out how to fight anything. So I pretty soon lost interest, to be quite honest. I played it for about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and I was like, it was like some post-apocalyptic story, but there was nothing that really grabbed me about it. So I just kind of gave up on it. I don't think it's necessarily a terrible game, but I'd need to know more about it, and I never got to that point. Graphically, it wasn't great.
Like a PS4, PS3? What graphically?
It was more like PS1. It was like
Oh, just a very retro looking game?
it's very pixelated, is the best way of putting it. It's like it's a 3D engine, but yeah, it didn't have like the turns and breaks like a PlayStation game has, but it had that kind of feel to it, like the graphics were going to break at any moment. And I mean, they don't do themselves any favors, given that the green shot for the demo itself, there's like a dagger through a skull, and you can totally see like all the jaggies pixels on it, and it's just kind of like that pretty much sums up the graphical style of the game.
Cool.
I think sometimes some of these games just need a like quick 2 or 3 minute intro that just sets up some backstory or something as well, because you kind of get dropped into this world and it's not that interesting if you don't know what you're doing, and
Right.
So this one was kind of meh. It didn't seem like it was a terrible game. Maybe you could adjust the camera controls and it would work better. Or
How much is it though? How much was it? Remember how much it was selling for?
no, I don't remember actually.
How much are they trying to rip us off, Dave?
I'll look it up right now. The demo was free. It doesn't say how much the full game is.
better than Potato Sack Simulator?
Yes. Yeah, but let's face it. That's a very, very low bar, isn't it?
You would never play this again, though.
No, there's just nothing about it that really grabbed me. And it just seemed like a demo as much as anything. So
All right, cool. Nick, you have any interest? You have any questions? No.
Not really. I mean, I do like the idea of the raindrops, but
Raindrops are cool.
yeah.
Just the fact that Dave thought it was raining outside.
Yeah. No, that was the best bit of the demo. It just at first I thought you were going to play as a dog, and I was like, "Oh, this might be kind of cool." I enjoyed Stray.
Dog mode.
Yeah, and then it put me as a human, and it did the thing where it blocks off areas that it doesn't want you to go by having a crowd you can't go past.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Always good. Always
yes,
great.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. You could walk through the people, if you know what I mean. The collision detection wasn't there. So there's always that.
What was that called again? What is
Tuesday morning?
Tuesday
morning, yeah.
Sunday morning coming down. Chris Christopherson.
I mean, I have to say that's like pretty much sums it up. It's like I keep on forgetting what it's called.
There you go. Is this brand new? Did this just come out? Or is this an old demo?
2022 is when the game originally came out. I don't know when
a year and a half.
Yeah, it came out December 2022. So, and I'm not sure if it's a one-man studio though, so I can't shit on it too hard.
Shit on it all you want, man. Aaron and John are just shitting on me. All right, let's move into the main topic. Top 3. So I thought it'd be cute and meta because of all the drama that's going on that we would do a friend top list. Lo and behold, all my friends, not all my friends, my good friends they showed up. They have faith in me. Some of my friends chose to bail tonight, and
no, we've just given up, Ian.
We've given up. We've just given up. No one really is my friend. They're just like, okay, sure, you're a guy, you're fine. All right, let's talk. We're here for the monetization, which we're not doing on this show because this show is a mess. What I was planning to do was monetizing. I did talk about it in the Discord. I'm thinking about monetizing. I'm probably going to monetize Couch Co-op and just on all those old episodes, just run commercials on them and see if it raises me any money for beer.
Nice. I don't blame you.
Couch Co-op
I agree with that message.
Needs a lot of work. We need to show up on time, some of us, and the rest of the crew needs to find faith in us again. And but you guys are perfect. I love you guys. But when our show gets back on top again, maybe. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about, I wanted to talk, because this is a meta thing, I wanted to talk about top 3 friendships or relationships in video games. But friendships, love relationships, bromances, whatever kind of relationship. I personally picked friendships. I did top 3 friendships. I only did friendships because but I wanted to give everyone more options just in case they found this hard. So if it was romantic relationships or bromance, whatever. It could be you and a horse, or you and a dog, whatever. It could be any of those kind of relationships. I personally went with friendships because this is what this show is about. It's about friendship and the friends that don't give up easily. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Nudge. Say no more.
So, Dave, you're in the Jarrod spot. So you get the luxury of going first. Before you get started, and there's only 3 of us, and we have to fill up more time now because there's less of us. How did you?
A lot of vamping.
Yeah, we have to vamp a little bit. We have to actually have a. You know what is cool about this actually is that we could actually have a show. We can talk and like kind of discuss broader terms. But like, how did you come across this list? What did you think about this list? How did you pick your picks?
Yeah, and this list. I must admit the friendships one stuck out to me more than the romance stuff one of them will be a romance that just stuck with me that I thought more because I thought it was funny than it was memorable because it was funny rather than memorable because it was particularly well done.
Right.
But I've got a couple that work for this.
Well,
some more in depth than other.
Before you get to your list, Nick, I also want to know from you. Like, let's kind of talk about like just coming up with a list. Nick, what did you think when I shared this topic and you had to rush an hour before the show started? You had to rush to your phone to figure out what your list was.
Well, it was. It was actually earlier in the day, but
that's good. Okay, earlier in the day is always good.
I didn't. So it's like a lot of times I need just stuff refreshed for me because it's just nothing jumps out in my mind because I think a lot of the games that I play are usually just kind of more solitary, but there are obviously games that I've played that have stories and characters that intermingle. I kind of tried to think about relationships and characters that kind of had some sort of history or something, and just kind of thinking about them, seeing what I liked about it, see if it really kind of I guess cut the mustard, or just really qualified, or if it was just there's not too much of a friendship, or even like a mentorship too was something that I was even considering.
Well, that's a good one too. I didn't even think about that whole mentor relationship. That's a good one. One of the things I do, I don't know how you guys do it. So I'll sit at my PlayStation on my TV and I'll just run through my trophy list. I'll just all the games I play. I'll just run down and oh, I remember that game. Oh, that game was good. What was the relationship? I'll just run through them all. So I'll just sit there. Go through all these games and kind of quickly remember oh yeah, that was cool. Oh, it was really sexy in that game, but the relationships were no good. That's kind of how I do this. I'll just seeing the game that I played kind of registers this thing in my mind. This it kind of goes, oh yes, I remember that.
But I also wanted to stay away from games where it's I create kind of it's not necessarily on screen. It's just kind of I create in my own mind, some sort of relationship,
Fallout or something, something
where
you're kind of
where or you basically mentally fill in blanks and kind of create your own story. That's also something that you end up doing with a lot of, or not you, but me, a lot of older games where it's the story is very basic, or
right.
The games are very limited and kind of the story they can tell. And
So
you
basically,
just
we're
gotta-
looking at games that were well written. The characters' relationship was well written into the story that we decided that we fell in love with, and we felt there was an actual connection
Kind
for
of.
the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dave, kick us off. What is your number 3?
Really, it's not a single one. It's Saints Row
Oh,
and all the romances in that, because that was the first game like where I really played, where it gave you like lots of choices. It wasn't a story on rails. If you wanted to romance people, well, I suppose Mass Effect did it as well, but
are we talking the third here? Saints Row the
yes.
third? I feel this is an honorable mention for me, just the way that it handles friendship. I mean, the whole game is about the whole
Yeah, it's all about
game
a
is about
crew, isn't it?
friendship. Yeah.
And I think that's what's missing from the latest Saints Row.
100%.
But yeah, Saints Row the Third was just whole game's about friendship. But then if you want to take it a little further, it's like it gives you that option. I just remember being able to romance the computer. What is it, the sphere or whatever? And the screen blacks out, and all you hear is like beep 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 beep.
I just think just to sidetrack on that, just driving in the car and you guys, as you're driving to your headquarters, singing "What I Got" from Sublime. Love
Yes.
it. I mean, the game does a really good. The game never recaptured that kind of your characters are friends. That's,
You're like a
and
team.
that's what made that game fucking
'Cause
awesome.
They tried it with the latest one, but it didn't really.
work.
It felt really forced. Like Saints Row the Third, just it feels kind of more natural, and
Yeah.
the dialogue just doesn't seem quite as kind of forced. Really, is the best word for it.
100%. Good pick. Saints Row the Third. All of it. All right.
Yeah.
Nick, what is your number 3?
So I'm just, I mean, there's I only played the first Mega Man X, but I'm going with X and Zero because, and this kind of goes into the mentor relationship sort of deal, because Zero is kind of this all powerful, well, not all powerful, but I mean, he's already like powered up, he's where he needs to be. And X, he's just kind of come back, and he needs to level up his game and stuff like that. And it's just nice that he's trying to hold him up, and don't feel too bad. I mean, this is all that I garnered on from like the very beginning. And then I mean, there's not a whole building relationship, but it's very quick and nice, and it always stuck with me that it's just to see Zero as powerful as he is, just being supportive to X, while X is just kind of down and not as powerful. And then you kind of come around, and then you see as you've kind of built up X and made him stronger and kind of more of a badass.
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah. And then just you kind of get to a point to where I don't know if he gets even more powerful, because in the game Zero kind of sacrifices himself, and then you end up taking his Buster, and it just kind of just takes you to another level, and it's just I don't know, it's nice to have that element of sacrifice, and just the support in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of sweet and kind of pure.
Cool. All right. Mega Man. I would never have thought that.
I wouldn't have been.
I would never have thought that. This is such a an outside the box pick, but I love it. I love it.
And I'm kind of curious, because I guess eventually he becomes a playable character, in some of the sequels, and apparently he comes back to life too. But I mean, if you just look at it as a standalone game, I mean, I think that's just kind of I just like that little story between the two.
Cool. I also went outside the box. I went with the couch co-op. I went with Dave and Nick, friends who don't let you down and show up when you need them.
Oh boy.
That's actually not my pick, but I just wanted to throw that out there to like fucking tell other you fuckers to fuck you. Anyway,
And
my
And he
number 3.
wonders why he doesn't have friends.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is also. I mean, truthfully,
well, second game is going to be beating that dead horse.
Nick, I'm gonna be beating this dead horse the entire show. So anytime I can like
Okay.
sneak this kind of bullshit in there to jab an
He likes to
uppercut,
crack one off,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do it when I can. Actually, video game wise, not to diminish Dave and Nick because they are great
Legends in our
legends,
lifetimes.
and I could never, I could just never repay you for the awful sorrow that's been put upon me. My number 3
When you
is
monetize, man.
you should just shut up or I'm gonna keep talking. Anyway, my number 3 is Ratchet and Clank. I love these two together. These two are friends. They found one or the other. One is a hero, but he's kind of like woefully not equipped and thinks he's not prepared. Clank is this super smart, but not always capable. And I think they complement each other well, and they're not sarcastic or kind of like Jak and Daxter. They kind of have this like negative, kind of edgy,
Yeah, a little bit toxic sometimes.
toxic, whereas Ratchet and Clank are just very optimistic and they're just optimistic friends that are there and they trust each other. They just we're going to do this thing and it's going to work out and we believe in each other. And like that's I feel is honest friendship, It's like I like that. And I guess that's what I feel. I've played so many of their games. I love that franchise. I've pretty much played all their games, and I just feel like they're always well written and fun and adventurous, and they're fun. They do make jokes and punny jokes, but I just feel like I would like if all my friendships with all you guys was Ratchet and Clank friendship, I would be happy. If you guys remember me at Ratchet and Clank, that'd be awesome. Unfortunately, some of my friends are gonna remember me as fucking Jak and Daxter. Whatever. Okay.
I feel sad that I don't get any of those references.
You don't know Ratchet and Clank?
I
Oh,
don't.
man.
You need to play some Ratchet and
games.
Clank, bruh. So good.
Bruh.
So good. Bruh.
Bruh.
Dave, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is in the game Stray.
Stray.
It's like, the robots are all really nice to you, and it's like they're all really inquisitive, and you have like the little thing, B12, the drone that follows you, and it's kind of cute and always nice to you. And it's just a nice game.
But of all the games, why does that one stand out for you?
Probably because it was one that I've played recently,
Recently.
but no, it was just something different more than anything, and there's not a lot of dialogue in it. As you're a cat, obviously you can't speak back to the B12, and so I just really enjoyed it, and it was very nice.
Cool. All right. Stray. I think that was a PC and PlayStation exclusive. We got it.
Yeah,
It might be coming to
I got it from the
Xbox.
library, and it's a really good game if you haven't played it. Doesn't take very long, and it's just fun.
Cool. All right. Nick, what do you have for your number 2?
I think I have comment fuel for you without even realizing it. But,
Comment fuel. I love it. Does it pertain to what's going on right now?
Fuel
Is
the
it-
toxic.
Does it
Well-
pertain to the meta of this episode?
well, maybe, but I kind of more meant because it's going to be from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh.
But I'm also seeing where you could probably apply it to whatever's on your mind tonight. But the relationship between Sadie and Arthur, I thought it was kind of going to go in one direction, and I'm almost glad that it didn't, and they just kind of kept it platonic. But it was just nice, kind of seeing somebody just kind of just like almost at the bottom being saved by Arthur to find out that they're like a really tough character themselves, and then when the other person's world starts to collapse, they're kind of more of a shoulder for him to lean on, when all these people that he was, well, most of them anyway, most of these people that he thought he could trust, it kind of basically turned on him that some of this new relationship was one that he could kind of lean in on. And I mean, he had some other people that, that were still loyal to him. But just like seeing both their worlds kind of fall apart and kind of be there for each other. And like I said, I almost thought they were going to become romantically involved, and in a way I'm glad that they didn't, but it was just kind of fun kind of seeing that relationship progress as you played the game.
I never played the game. I mean, I played the beginning of it, but I never got that far. Dave, you played all the way through it. Do you have any comment on this relationship? Or do you even remember it?
I'm trying to remember it.
Yeah, I mean,
it obviously was not very memorable to Dave. Nick.
It was to me, just because.
No, that's awesome. No,
I mean, I do have trouble kind of remembering stuff like.
But everything hits everyone else differently, Like whatever hits with Dave is going to hit with someone else differently, What hits with me is going to hit. Yeah, so
it's
like
also the time you're playing it as well.
Yeah, the fact that it worked on you is awesome, and that you remember it, I think that's great. That's what this is. This is what this is about. Anyway, anything else you want to add to your to that at the end, or are you done?
I'm done, but I'm just surprised that I threw some bait out there and you didn't bite.
I'm not gonna shit on your game, dude. I mean, come on.
No, not so much that, but just kind of how I described like what was going on in their lives, where people that they thought they could trust.
I'm not gonna. That's.
Okay.
I don't
think.
Up, Nick. I do not think I could not trust these people. I just.
I know.
Trusted them to be adults.
He's not upset. He's disappointed.
I'm disappointed that adults.
Not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm disappointed that I thought people that were adults. Well, you know what's funny? A person that I thought was a child is being an adult, and an adult ended up being a child tonight. Because I don't think Aaron's going to show up. I think he learned and he's respecting, and someone else made weird choices tonight and decided to be a child. But you're always welcome back.
That's what happens when you have children.
Yeah, right? I don't know.
They make choices.
I say this with a lot of alcohol. I did not expect any of this to happen. The way this, I'm fueled by alcohol. So if you're being offended, they're going to listen to this. One of them's going to listen to this and going to be offended. And you know what? I just ain't got time for this anymore, man. Whatever. Jesus Christ. Okay. My number 2 is a fun one and a recent one. This is my most recent one. I went with V and Johnny Silverhand, dude. I love the cyberpunk relationship between
I never
Keanu.
even thought about that, but yeah,
dude, I love this relationship. This love hate, love hate, love fight. We're dogs, we're not dogs. You're a fucking pussy. I'm a pussy. You're a pussy. Like this, Keanu Reeves. I love this relationship, and with the added DLC in the relationship,
you were in it.
I was in it. Yeah, right. Anyway. I did my best acting I've ever done. I should get... Anyway. No, I really liked this relationship quite a bit. And it moved me. It worked for me. I felt bad for certain choices I made. The ultimate choice I made, I felt bad because Anyway, it's an awesome game. It ultimately is an awesome game. And the relationship, the writing is there. It really worked on me. And I really think it was a great relationship, a great friendship that I ultimately betrayed at the end.
Nice.
which is brutal. But then seeing how the game plays out, it's like it kind of seems like it's fitting. So I understand, John. You don't have to apologize. I understand. I made that choice too. Anyway, so yeah, V, Johnny Silverhand, Cyberpunk 2077. That's my number 2 pick. I really liked it. It's a great game. Dave played it. Nick, you need to play it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I
It is
have
a
it.
good game.
It's a great
to it.
game. It's fucking awesome. Anyway,
Maybe when
Yeah.
Cyberpunk the movie comes out, then I'll start playing that. or Cyberpunk the TV series.
all right, Dave, go for it. Number 1.
Well, as Jarrod's not here, I'm going to channel my Jarrod and say Garrus and Shepard.
Dude, that was my honorable mention. If someone wasn't gonna say it, I was gonna say honorable
almost brought it
mention
to the first
Shepard
one
and
when you said
Garrus. Yeah,
Jarrod's not here, and that's I was like,
because that is the friendship, right?
yeah,
That is the most friendship.
they have their like respect of each other's capabilities, and they kind of joke around with each other, and yeah, that's the cornerstone of that game. Like Shepard's not alone.
Yeah, and he's always there for her or him,
Yep.
depending whatever kind of character you play. But he's just always there, and he's always like a shoulder.
Yeah.
You can romance him if you want, but
Yep.
But yeah, he's always just.
That'd be like romancing Jarrod. So
Well, not this time, but last time, previous time I romanced Jarrod. But yeah, woo. But yeah, man.
I hear he's hung like a horse.
Something like a horse. 100% though, dude. That's like the relationship, right? They're like the bestest of friends.
And
They
it's
always-
so well written, and it goes across multiple games. And
When they walk up and they see just like Shepard, they're always like
Yeah.
very like kind of like like in
Dry,
the second
but,
one,
like-
when you walk up in the second one, it's like Shepard, I should. They're all very like,
yep,
let's go get a beer. It's funny, and they won't quit on each other. No, very loyal to each other, which Jarrod is.
Yes.
Despite even if
I don't know if he's a good shot with a rifle.
I don't know if he
I've never-
is. I don't know,
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was growing up in Hetner.
but he's quietly loyal. He will.
Yep.
Yeah, he wouldn't bow out under pressure.
He'd give you cover and fire.
Right? Good choice, Dave. That's my honorable mention, but you mentioned it, so I don't have to honorably mention it. Nick, what's your number 1?
Well, we're sticking with the Rockstar games. We are going to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and the relationship between
CJ and his bike
CJ. Yeah, he rides his bicycle.
to work off the fat. that
He loves to ride his bicycle.
He likes to ride his bicycle.
to work off the burritos that he eats.
And Burger Shot.
Anyway, what is his friend? I forgot his friend. He has a friend?
He too also, much like Arthur, had close friends that turned on him. Turned out they weren't as close or as loyal as he thought they were. But it was interesting because you got to see another relationship like form during your gameplay, and it was with his. And it's just weird how it came out because I always kind of suspected there may be a turn, which never happened. It turns out he ends up being like one of the most loyal and best friends for CJ, was going to possibly soon to be his brother-in-law because he was also dating his sister, Cesar. And
Man, I do not remember any of this from that. I mean, I remember playing this game kind of.
I vaguely
I don't
remember
any of this.
I missed this game.
I vaguely you missed playing it, or you just missed.
I missed playing it for some reason. I think it was because I had a US PlayStation and it came out when I was in the UK, and so I never got a copy of it.
But it was just kind of fun and interesting to see, because CJ is black, his sister's, his family's black, and then Mexican dating his sister. So I mean, there's maybe a little bit of a culture clash there, but it's just really nice to see that. CJ kind of gave him a hard time because it's kind of twofold, both like him dating his sister and then him coming from another gang that I can't remember if they were there was like an uneasy alliance with or
I
whatever.
can't help you, man. It's been so long.
I know it's been so long for me too.
The fact that you remember this much is
well, like I said, it's like I remembered some of it, but I kind of looked into a lot of it but I mean, it's like I remember this relation. I mean, I remember seeing this, playing this game, and kind of expecting like him to like turn, and like he turns out to be like a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it was kind of nice that he didn't, and it's almost refreshing to find out that he actually becomes like one of the more loyal and trustworthy people, like again with a world crashing down, people that you thought you could trust or stabbing you in the back, and then you've got this new relationship that you can actually kind of lean on and and kind of fight your way out of it and get back to glory. And it just kind of wholesome in a way.
Wholesome.
Just
South Central.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's
family
kind of
Nick
lovely.
just wants to live that old '90s South Central gangster rap lifestyle. That's what he wants to be a part. He wishes he was a part of that.
Banger. Yeah.
He wants to be a banger.
It's just
Uncle Cracker, if you will.
no. I just want to see people get along together, and that's what this kind of represents too.
Oh, get along together.
Like,
oh, yes.
like cultures getting
all
along,
of us
becoming family,
all of us being family,
and,
getting along together.
and
burying our differences,
trusting people outside your circle,
and moving
especially
on.
when the people in your circle are fucking you. And
the meta is deep tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, it's unintentional because I didn't actually get that what you were doing here. I just thought it was just another Ian topic, and of course,
there's always a point, Nick.
Well, and I mean, it makes even more sense when the pre-show happened, but because that I wasn't expecting, but
I wasn't expecting it to.
I guess.
No, that's a good choice. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. San Andreas is littered with like great relationships. Really, I mean, I guess you could argue.
Remember when Rockstar could put out a game every 2 years? Because I think GTA 3 came out in like what 2000.
That's the PS2 era. Then the PS4 version, Grand Theft Auto 4, and then it was like a lifetime for PS or the Grand Theft Auto 5.
Like almost as a joke, I wanted to do Nico and his cousin Roman calling for
that's the
bowling
worst.
all the time.
That is the fucking worst. Let's go play some pool, cousin. All right, my number one. This is probably easy. Jarrod would probably call it Solid Snake and Otacon. So Solid Snake comes upon Otacon in Metal Gear Solid 1, and Otacon wets himself.
You do.
As you do. Yeah, as you do when you meet Solid Snake. Metal Gear Solid 2. Metal Gear Solid 2, Raiden comes upon Otacon's sister, and she wets herself. But then she crawls across this pipe, and then she gets killed. And then Otacon's crying, and Solid Snake walks in, and he's like, "Man up, motherfucker!" And they do the clap, and then the score swells, do do do, and they all like slow motion walk out of there. And it's just like the friendship between Otacon and Solid Snake has always been in my head, and so much so that Jarrod and I dressed up for Halloween one year. I dressed up as Solid Snake, and Jarrod dressed up as Otacon because he looks like Otacon. Come on, he does. He does. It's just how he is. He's never wet his pants
with smooches and cuddles.
I don't know if he's ever wet his pants, but he definitely looks like Otacon. And
did that night.
we dressed up together, and that was fun. That's friendship on that level. But, it's funny, too, that friendship is so strong that in other versions, even other time periods of Metal Gear Solid, where Snake, there's like another character that is like Otacon, but is not Otacon, that they just to kind of formulate that relationship. It's funny. But, yeah, I love Solid Snake and Otacon. The kind of rational versus the irrational, the soldier versus the kind of doctor guy is like has a grip on what's going on. Metal Gear Solid is my favorite game of all time. So of course I'm going to. There's so many relationships in that game. I could have just done my top 3 based on that game alone. Ocelot, Raiden, all kinds of shit. There's a lot of shit I could have pulled from, but I'm just gonna go with my base one, Solid Snake and Otacon. So that's my number 1. And yeah,
nice.
And yeah. So that's it, guys. We did it. Top 3 favorite relationships in video games.
I was kind of looking into a Solid Snake and Raiden for a bit, and then just but I don't know enough about Metal Gear Solid, unfortunately.
Well, you got to get into that, man. You got to remedy that.
Well, I mean, I just played 4.
You know someone who's got all the games and all the systems.
Right?
Really? Who?
Me?
Oh, no way.
This guy?
This guy right down here. Yeah.
Good to
He
know.
doesn't just talk the talk; he walks the walk.
I mean, I do play video games. I don't always play games with titties, but when I do, they're Metal Gear games.
He's modified Metal Gear, so I'm sure it's got
I haven't ever modified. I don't even know. I mean, that probably exists. I've never done it though. Don't talk lies, Dave. All right. Let's do some couch co-optionals. Let's move on from this topic. This is a fun topic, though. I enjoyed this talk of friendship.
I think there can only be one couch co-optional tonight.
Oh, only one?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I mention it, I think everyone is going to agree with me that there can be only one. I haven't finished watching it yet.
Oh, yes. Okay, go ahead.
But I have been watching Fallout.
Oh.
And really enjoying it.
Oh, my God. I mean, okay. I was gonna. Okay,
You're allowed to have others. I'm just saying. Knowing the crowd,
yes. Okay. Fallout. Dave is Fallout. Why do you like it, Dave?
I don't know where it's going. It didn't go with all the story in the first episode or the second episode. It's like the characters have backstory that I don't know what's going on, and I really love Walton Goggins. He's a awesome actor in a lot of stuff. So,
10-4.
Yeah, and I like that. I'm only up to the point where Michael Emerson, the guy from Lost, he came on and things happened, and now I don't want to spoil it, which is why I'm being
no spoilers. You can put it back on. No spoilers.
Yeah,
no spoilers. I think Nick and I were talking earlier, and I think he watched the first episode only.
Yeah,
2.
Oh, 2 episodes. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm on the 5th episode, but I'm not going to spoil anything. So
I'm really enjoying it. It's like well acted, amazing. Like the set
attention to
design
detail
amazing.
is awesome. Oh my God! Even if you've only roughly played a Fallout game, the attention to detail is ridiculous. Like the amount of shit they pack in there, and like the nods and to everything, so cool, so fucking cool.
Yeah. So far, I'm really enjoying it. And so that's my couch co-optional, really. I mean, I don't think I've...
I think it benefits from the fact that it's an original story. Like, it's not adapted. Yeah, and it's in the game universe, which is cool. So it exists in the game continuity, but it exists on its own as far as a story. And so they bring up shit, but it's fun. It's so fun that they're playing in this world, but I don't know. It's just, and it's well acted. It's well shot. It's just really well done. It's really well done.
Yeah, I even managed to get my wife and my son watching it. So
that's cool.
I mean, that tells you.
And you don't even like the games.
No, I'm not a big fan, to be quite honest. But
But it's good
I've got
sci-fi.
Brandy
It's
watching it with me
fun.
too.
It's fun sci-fi. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's very fucking gory, man. It's messy.
Oh yeah, that first episode is like,
Oh, it keeps going. It keeps fucking going.
yeah, I can only imagine. Like this, yeah, the second episode starts with a bit of a downer.
But
Yeah, that's a perk you can get. I think I don't know about 4, but in like 3, New Vegas, and I think the first and second, it's called Bloody Mess, and
well, I think
it's like
you guys. I
people
mean,
just-
I think you're far enough. 2 episodes in. I like how the fact that they go through the perks, kind of like, you know, in the first episode, she's like, "Oh, I'm pretty good at this, and I'm pretty good at that," and it's like,
Yes.
and I'm telling Bryn's like, because Bryn is enjoying it too, but she's never played the video games. And I'm like, they're basically going through her skills right now. You know, it's just funny. It's like
create a character.
It's hilarious.
And somebody came out with an article that I started to read, but then I realized I couldn't read
Oh, you shouldn't read like
much of it.
about
Well, no, no,
what level she should be at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped reading that too. I didn't want to read that. But yeah,
But I just thought it was kind of funny that they're
trying to
counting her
figure out.
experience points.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what level she is at the end of the show.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Needless to say, there's no doubt this is getting a second series.
Oh yeah, they already they
because
called
I've
it.
seen serious newspapers that generally don't like anything giving it a good review.
Yeah. Cool.
But
I mean, I wasn't gonna plug the show because I didn't think it needed it anyway, and plus people were probably expecting it from me. But I was gonna give a shout out to What the Fork on Facebook. It's just like a funny thing of reels and videos that they take these Asian safety videos that are just already ridiculous on their own.
How racist?
And what?
I'm just kidding.
Well,
you're laughing at foreigners, are you? Is that what's going on?
it's
You're
just a
laughing at my
safety-
people?
Well,
Wait, some white guy came up with a page to laugh at Asians?
Well,
No,
no,
I'm
he's
just
doing
kidding.
voiceover. He's doing voiceover for him, but it's
Yeah,
like
of
the
course
voices
he
he does. Are,
Because they can't speak English, right?
Is he doing yellow voice?
no,
Oh my god.
I think I just
Oh. Anyway,
no, they're actually very grunty, almost like they would be just almost cavemanish. But I mean, there's always like a couple of themes where there's always something about root beer and wanting to drink root beer after work, and then getting together with the guys and playing Fortnite. And it has nothing to do with being Asian or
I've never heard the term yellow voice.
Hmm.
That must be an English or British term. I've never heard it. Yes, sorry, Nick. I meant nothing. I meant nothing to take away from your comments about your show on Facebook. What's it called?
Yes. What the Fork.
What the Fork?
And sometimes they'll throw in some memes about being
Memes.
forklift certified. And,
Forklift certified.
But I don't know. It's just the voices are funny. The videos are funny because they're really ridiculous. Like just they're always in like some sort of work environment, and it's somebody kind of doing like something quasi ridiculous.
You know
like,
what? Forklifts
as
are
a
also
safety-
yellow.
Yep.
Whew. Okay. Waka waka waka.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nick. I don't know how you became a target for such a racial,
I wasn't meant
racist.
to-
Okay. I blame Dave.
It's just when you talk about like overdubbed videos of people from other countries doing stuff.
But yes, this isn't that. And why are you
It's
doing that
not
with your
that.
eyes, Dave?
It's not
Why are you doing
racist,
that with
Dave.
your-
Dave, it's not racist. Not racist at all. 100% not racist. Sorry.
No, it really
Sorry.
isn't. But
I didn't. We're talking it up. So many people are going to go
Okay.
watch this now. What are you talking about, Nick? You
Yeah.
guys like the most popular co-optional ever right now.
yes, we breezed through
Over
right
the
over
Fallout.
the Fallout. But yeah,
Breeze through that
we're
Fallout.
talking about What the Fork on Facebook.
What the fork? not racist. What the fork? On Facebook. Is it also on
It's
YouTube, or is it
harder.
only on Facebook?
I've only found it. I mean, it might be on YouTube, but I've only seen it on Facebook.
Okay. My choice. I was gonna give love to Jarrod's pick last week, which was Fallout, but they picked Fallout, so I'm gonna say, hey, Fallout's awesome. That wasn't gonna be my pick this week, though. My pick this week, actually, I shared it on Discord. I watched a couple of comedy shows. Where are they?
You watched the Jimmy Carr one?
I watched the Jimmy Carr one, Natural Born Killer. It's a really solid, awesome hour. He does some really offensive jokes, but he has a really poignant. He's kind of evolving a bit. I mean, he's always been kind of a one-liner comedian.
Yeah.
And
an offense comedian as well.
Offense
He's always been
and
like,
one-liner.
what is the most offensive thing I
Right.
can say?
And he still does it. I mean, it's still, but
Yeah.
He is working on longer bits right here, and like at the end, he does this kind of longer bit about consent, which is super cool, and a lot of fun, pretty funny, so not only is he being his general self, but he is kind of evolving as a comic, so it's cool to see. And then I'm also a big fan of Neil Brennan, who was Chappelle's co-writer on the Chappelle Show, and they've been friends for a long time. Neil Brennan has had a lot of great comedy specials on Netflix. His last one, Building Blocks, is fucking awesome. This one's not as awesome as that last one, but it's also really good. It's really funny. He has some really great jokes in this one. So they're both 2 solid hours of comedy. I watched them back to back, but you guys don't have to do that. But
no, I watched the Jimmy Carr one,
and I both really enjoyed them. I really funny, and I like that these are both comics that have balls. They're still willing to push. They're still willing to do jokes that people find taboo, and we shouldn't hold clowns accountable for jokes. We should hold politicians and other people accountable, but like being a clown is just that. You're being a clown. They're saying things for jokes. It doesn't mean that they feel that way. They're just telling jokes,
and jokes don't always work.
They don't always work, but
yep.
It doesn't mean that. It is what it is. It's a joke. But I like that these two guys are still fearless. They're still doing what they do, and especially in this day and age when it's getting kind of scary out there for people to say shit.
I can imagine like one joke from a show gets you in a lot of trouble,
right? And these two guys are both saying shit that's like pretty this day and age, man. Anyway.
Yep.
But I found it funny. I think I enjoyed it. So those two guys, Neil Brennan, Jimmy Carr, their 2 new specials, both on Netflix. And then a shout out to the Fallout show that I also agree is fucking awesome. All right. What do we got for trivia? Did anyone look up trivia?
I have an easy one for trivia. Or maybe not an easy one. What's the name of the video game that originated All Your Base Belonged to Us?
Zero Wing.
Got it.
Oh, wow. I had no idea what the fuck that was. What is Zero Wing?
It's like a... Go on.
I think it was it a game for the Mega Drive?
Yeah, I want to say it was a Sega Genesis game. Yeah, Mega Drive.
Did it actually make it to the US? I knew it was a badly translated game, which is where the phrase came from. Or maybe it did come. I can't remember. I didn't think it made it to the US, but that was many years ago. I think it came out in 1990. If I'm
I don't think it. I think it came to the US on the arcade, but it didn't come on consoles. But it did go for some reason. It went to Europe on consoles, and didn't come to America for many years.
And
But
yeah,
the bad translation, all our baits belong to us.
you have no chance to survive, make your time, and
Yep.
yeah, it's just like a whole series like yeah, and kind of a shout out to I think Laziest Man on Mars. He's the one that kind of came out with that video. Where it's just, it's basically, it's basically one of the first, I guess, big memes of the internet. I mean, there were other stuff before then, but this one just kind of just
Yeah, I mean
probably the worst thing.
That whole opening sequence on the game, it's got like text, and it's just like verbal diarrhea, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing makes any sense, and
yeah. I mean, the game itself is pretty good from what I've heard. I've never actually played it, but
I haven't either. But I think I'd just be more interested in just kind of watching for the stuff that I know.
Because I think it's an R-type kind of side-scrolling shooter type game, and then
Okay.
it has cutscenes to get you kind of into it.
Cool.
Well, that was your trivia.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was our trivia. Because there's only 3 of us, we kind of got through this fairly quickly. You want to quickly go around the room and just like, Dave, have you been playing anything other tn Helldivers? Have you even been playing Helldivers? Are you even playing video games right now?
I've played a little bit of Helldivers. I played like Suicide Mission, and it crashed on the last mission. I was pissed off.
That sucks.
Son of a bitch.
But to be quite honest, I haven't played it much. It's not as much fun when no one else is playing, and
it's about friends.
Yeah, it really is. So I actually went back.
Circling back to the theme of the show, are we?
Always.
I kind of played a couple of rounds of Rocket League. I played the demo Tuesday morning, and that's about it, really.
How about you, Nick?
A lot.
How about you, Nick? You been playing anything?
Just Fallout 4, just in celebration of the series. Well, actually, it started before the series was out.
I was going to say you'd be ahead of the curve if you'd ever stopped playing it.
Yeah, but I don't. Now I think I need to take a little bit of a break from it. But now I need to. Other than that, I've just been making sure that all my other games are up to date, like Helldivers 2, like games that I haven't even played yet.
Make sure they're up to date that you haven't even played. Awesome.
Yep.
I've also, after Fallout, it did give me the Fallout bug, and I jumped back into Fallout 76, and I've been running around playing that game. And Nick, I need you in that game, man. Maybe you need to install that, and we can play that together, brother. Like, it's
still installed on my PS4.
Oh, then we should play.
It sounds like a Nick-ass Nick game.
Yeah, it is. It is a Nick-ass Nick game.
Are they getting some of the PS5 treatment?
Fallout 76 is not getting the PS5 treatment. Fallout 4 is getting the PS5 update, so you will get the PS5 upgraded version coming in the end of this month. But Fallout 76 is not getting. It's getting an update, but it's not getting the PS. It's not getting a PS5 version.
Yeah, it's not getting the upgraded graphics and stuff.
Which I don't know. I played DC. I reinstalled DCU Online, and I was playing that because it got a PS5 upgrade. But like, you look at that game, and it's like, it doesn't look.
Yeah,
it just looks like a PS3 game.
We barely touched on it, but all the Fallout games have had a resurgence, haven't they?
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
It's kind of a New Vegas, even
all of them. Even the first one. It's funny because you always hear about these like directors or developers always talking about like how their game could get release the movie and our games will get a uptick, and that shit happens, but you don't really ever hear about the games getting an uptick in, like, the Mario movie came out. It's not like more people started playing Mario or bought Mario games. There's no other games came out. You don't really hear about that kind of. Resident Evil came out. You don't hear about Resident Evil up, but Fallout for some reason, dude, it's just getting hammered.
Well, I think they said Fallout 76 has got its best numbers ever.
Yeah, it has most concurrent, but like
yeah.
even Fallout 4 all selling well. Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas all selling well on Steam. All people been playing it. It's crazy, and that's what you want. That's what Bethesda wants, right?
Yeah.
But like you never really ever hear that like from other video game movies. Like, oh, we hope that there's some crossover. It's kind of funny that it's actually working for Bethesda. And I'm glad it is, because Starfield didn't really hit like they wanted it to. So it's nice that they have a win, finally.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to
find out all those fun glitches.
Yeah, well, that's
for all the new fans.
That's Fallout for you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to like see if I want to chat, a little chit chat. Anyway, we can get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's blow this popsicle stand.
Yeah, let's blow it. Let's like suck it down and
suck that wood.
Yeah. I want to thank you all for listening and remind you to leave feedback at thecouchcoopshow@gmail.com. You can just leave us an email at that, or find us on our socials at Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen. You can also go, I don't know, we have a Spotify website. You can leave a voice message. Nick used to leave it on our Couch Co-op site. You can go to our Couch Co-op site and leave a voice message if you like it. Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me here on the couch. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian, reminding you to please,
be friendly to each other.
Be excellent to each other,
I guess.
Just be cool,
Yep.
Just have faith in your friends that they know what the fuck they're doing.
Have faith in the process.
And we'll see you all next time. Good night.